You're listening to REI USA Podcast, your prime resource for genuine real estate growth. If you want to jumpstart your real estate career, whether in active or passive investing, this is the right show for you. Join professional home renovator Stacy as she talks to REI USA teachers and expert investors willing to share their tips and tricks to get started in investing, sharing actionable advice in every area of real estate, all while putting legality, habitability, and safety above everything else. Combine their unparalleled advice with your strong drive for success, and that incredible real estate fortune will be yours. Now, here's your host, Stacy.
All right, so everybody, Mike does wholesale. He teaches wholesaling. And so remember, once you do 5 sessions, you get a free coaching call with Mike. And actually, David is on there as well, too. You get a free coaching session. I went over that in the beginning if you all missed, but essentially for every 5 sessions that you show up to, then you get a free coaching call with one of the coaches. So that's your bonus. And that's me asking you to please show up, to the live session so you can get your bonuses. And that's under the directory in the portal. Okay. So you can see all that. But anyways, okay, Mike. And then also Mike has a wholesaling course under online courses.
Yeah.
He has the wholesaling course that you could do as well. Okay. All right, go ahead, Mike.
All right. I'm calling this How to MacGyver the Money. Your mind is the ultimate weapon. I'm Mike, the wholesaler. It is May 7th. All right. So I did that right. Loved watching this show when I was growing up. All right. So there's my contact. You can call me, text me, follow me, at me on all the social media. All right. So I am married to an amazing, beautiful, shy wife. She didn't approve any pictures, so I can't show y'all what she looks like. But I am the wholesaling supergroup leader of REI USA. I won Teacher of the Year in 2018. I like long walks on the beach, dubstep, playing Minecraft with my boys, and pretending to flip my friends' houses while I'm at their parties. And I got 2 crazy kids. Here they are, his Lincoln, Noah. There they are, mad that they were wearing the same shirt and the same pants. And I had to take that picture because it's probably going to be the last time that they'll let me do that. You can see how mad they were. What is wholesaling? All right, so we're going to be talking about how to make $100,000 in 100 days. All right, and I am proposing to do that with wholesaling. So here's a postcard that I send out. There's basically what I say. It's pink, it sticks out. And the steps for wholesaling are you market to properties, like with a postcard or a letter. You get those properties under contract. You sell that contract because you don't own the house. You own the contract, the rights to purchase the property. That's what you're selling. You are the middle person. You then get paid at closing, and you repeat that whole process. All right, so learn it from an expert. Okay, step one, get a mentor and not a guru. And what I mean by that is find somebody in your backyard. You can go to local meetups, get somebody that is not selling courses, not immediately going to come back to you with like some more expensive coaching later on, upgrade to the diamond level, right? That kind of thing. Ask around for who is coaching at these meetups, and they'll tell you. Pay them with money or with deals. Please don't split your deals with them. You can, but I'd be very weary about that person. There are some good people that split deals with their students, but there's a lot of people that are sleazy with it. So watch out and be careful. If you suspect they might be a guru, ask me. I'll help out. I mean, it's a small world, right? All right, so how to get a mentor and not a guru part 2. You can find one in your backyard. You can find one online like this bad boy or that guy. Look at that guy. He's breaking the rules right now. Supposed to keep off the grass, but he don't care. He's a bad boy. And you can see I had like a really nice stash in there. All right, so find the buyers. Step 2. All right, so you've got somebody teaching you, helping you. Now you're going to find the cash buyers. And people always ask too, like, should I find buyers? Should I find sellers first? Here's the definitive answer. I don't care what anybody says. This is the correct answer. All right, pull a list of buyers in your county. That's like your stomping grounds, your area. You're going to know everything that goes on there. So you can pull from a list source or the MLS or PropStream or a number of other sites you can get cash buyers from. And you take those and you put them into Google Sheets. And you want to see which 3 bought the most. It was pretty simple to do that. See where they bought at, like what zip codes have the most properties, what age those properties are, and the price they bought them at. And you want the top 3. Those zip codes, if they're different, that's your market. Okay. So you want to see like where the hot zones are. All right. You must be committed. This is step 3. All right. So promise to me that you will talk to 5 sellers a day, make an actual offer to a person truly interested in selling their house. Not like, hey, sell me your house, guy in line at Starbucks, right? Don't do that. Send mail to any of those you don't get to talk to. So if you talked to 3 sellers, you've got 2 people in there that you need to mail to. And we'll talk about later how to get those people. Set a task in REI or in your Google Calendar to send the mail again in 30 days and repeat forever. Tag yourself in it if you have that capability. Check out my YouTube channel, Mike the Wholesaler, for a video on how to make easy letters. You can hand write them and then just copy, and then you can fill in information later, and it'll look like, it'll save your well, you're probably right-handed, but it'll save your finger muscles. It will thank you. All right, step 4, the free pocket list. You have a list right here in your phone. You can call the contacts in here A to Z. I would say not people who you currently work with. Make sure that it's just people you used to work with, because you don't know who's a brown noser and who's going to turn you into the boss. But anyway, if you pass work with them, go from A to Z, catch up with them, ask them, how you been, where you at. Oh, you're a manager at Applebee's now, man. You moving up, you getting that paper, lift them up. You got kids now, great. And then after, you talk a little bit, you bring up houses. Hey, I got this guy. He has a lot of money. He's looking to buy some houses. It's not you. They're not going to believe you got money, because you may still work at a job, or, they've got this perception of you as still being not this investor type with cash. So you want to put that on somebody else. They've got cash. They want to buy houses. Save your number in as We Buy Houses. Put them in a group, in a Google Sheet or in your contacts, into a group called Deal Finders. So you can reach out to them on a regular basis and see what they got. A student of mine did a deal this way in 34 days. Free leads online, step 5. Okay. You're not going to believe this, but you can go on to Zillow and you can look up for sale by owners. You can look up for rent by owners. So it's FSBOs and FRBOs. Anyway, both of these houses are most likely going to be vacant. They want money for the house. Okay. Usually there's not going to be a tenant. And so you can easily reach out to these people. And a lot of the time they put their phone number in there, and you can call them up, talk to them. So call those people and they're free. I think if you're a realtor, you can pull the list and upload it to like Mojo Dialer and just call. Get them to sign on the dotted line. All right. So if you want this script, you can text script to 678-439-5699. And I'll give you my script. But basically just try to help people. Get on there and say, hey, this is Mike Watkins. I drove by the house. I'm looking at it. And I was talking about this last night on Wholesaling 101 that I did on here. And I was telling them, just try to help people. Get it through to them. Drove by the house. Looked like it needed a little bit of work. Do you need help fixing it up? Do you need funding for that? Do you need, we can find tenants for you to rent it for you, start paying you, or we can help you sell it. And selling is basically where you wholesale it for them. Get the deal locked up. Get a contract from your mentor. I believe Stacy's got contracts on here. There are a lot of pages. I've got one that's 1 page. And that one comes for you for free in the wholesaling course. So you should be able to download that. If not, text that to me in the script. Say, hey, send me the contract.
When you go to the course, all your stuff is still there, okay? All your pages now.
Yeah, so you get the contract to lock the property up, and you get the contract to assign it. All right, so get them to sign on the line, get a lockbox or a key to the property, put it on the back of the house. You can mail a lockbox even to the seller. I was selling a house to somebody, and they mailed me a lockbox because they were so used to dealing with sellers directly instead of wholesalers. And so I was like, man, I didn't even think I could do that. So if you're doing it virtually or in another state, you can do that. So close on it. You want to go through the closing process, even though, you're just going there to get a check. Show the deal to the buyers, get a contract from your mentor or from the site. It's called an assignment. Show the house to your buyers, get the buyer to sign on the dotted line, get them to give you a $2,000 non-refundable earnest money deposit check made out to you or the title company. This is most likely a deterrent for daisy chaining, where a wholesaler, they will occasionally pay $2,000, lock your house up, and then double close to somebody else and make less money than you, which is just crazy. But and don't be pushy with this guy, like this guy right here. Yeah. Don't always be closing, always be helping. ABH. All right, so at the closing table, you go to the closing and you say, hey, seller name, hey, Jim, what are you going to do with that money? Because they're getting cash from this cash buyer into their account. Okay, so they're now a cash buyer. And if they want to invest in other real estate, or they want a new home or what, add them as a buyer and find them some deals. Okay, they might want them with a little less work needed, but you could get these buyers and they're not going to be on a list anywhere. Okay, and this is typically what they say, how they talk. Get your money hard. All right, so go to meetups, REI USA state events. I know there's one for like Ohio, there's one for Georgia. Go to those. Find a hard money lender. You can also use J&M Capital on the REIA on the site. Get a proof of funds letter. Use that money to get those sellers that need to see the money. So if they're kind of iffy, you could say, well, hey, I got a proof of funds proving I got money. And then any other wholesalers that come in are going to be, they're most likely not going to have that. You can then double close for bigger profits. And then I can also lend money if you want, but always be looking for money. It's good to look for the funding when you don't need it. All right, repeat step from step 3 on. Repeat that, wholesale some deals, build up your cash, etc. Right, you get the idea. Form an LLC. That's the step 10. Then you form an LLC after you do some deals. Go to Secretary of State site, search on your name, the name you want. Please, no equity, diamonds, or solutions in the name. Copyright the name on LegalZoom so nobody can take it, copyright it, and send you a letter forcing you to take it all down, which sucks, trust me. Get a bank account, put your money in the bank. Don't put it in your personal account. I use Chase. I'm not a lawyer or attorney or anything like that, but I love Chase. It's not your money, it's the company's money. Get a company card, keep it at home, keep it separate, whenever you have to pay stuff at like Home Depot or anything like that. Track it all there. Any money you spend on marketing or deals comes out of that account and not out of your personal account. Then you want to make an IRA account. You get a sponsor here from Advanta. I'm not an attorney. Again, this is not advice. Use Advanta IRA, put a portion of the money into this account. Use that money on small deals from other wholesalers. So you could wholesale deals, and profit you make on that will then go back into the IRA, and it'll slowly build it up tax-free. Build up your retirement. Okay. And here's my event, Wholesaling 101. The next one is on the 20th. There's my contact again. Here's a little bit of what we talk about wholesaling. Last week I talked about, last night, I talked about phone skills and, how to not annoy people like I get annoyed with. But just like David said, don't, mass market everybody. Don't send out, mass texts, mass ringless voicemails. Calling people is all right, like, Mojo Dialer. But a lot of these snaky things, like they make me mad, so I don't want to do that to people. Right. And direct mail too, hit them up in ways that they're going to respond to you nicely. Okay. Because there have been some times when I've been waiting on a dentist to call me for my son, and they'll call me and be like, hello, is Mike Watkins there? I'll be like, yes. And they'll be like, well, we want to talk to you about your property at 123 Main Street. Oh, I'm like, oh man. Like, so I know these other sellers got to think that way too. Right. And you got to cut through, you got to separate yourself from all these other wholesalers. All right. Yeah. IRA accounts. And you'll sort of do like round robin because, you can't invest in your own IRA. So it's good to have friends that have IRAs too. And, they may have a deal and they'll, hook you up. Hey, you fund the repairs and the stuff on this little property here. And the money will go back into your IRA. They'll get the wholesale deal done, and they'll make money. You make money. Do we have any questions?
So basically what you're saying is the way to make $100,000 in the next 100 days is just to wholesale some deals, right?
Wholesale some deals, and then you make money, and then also your sellers are going to be getting cash. And if you're paying like, if the cash buyer is paying a particular seller like 200,000 cash, like you're getting 20 grand, the seller's getting 200,000, and this is like their second house, so they've already got a home that they live in, you can turn them into a cash buyer and use their money too, so you do that. You can wholesale.
Make the seller that you wholesale the deal from, make the money that they make become the private money that you use.
Yeah, your private money, basically. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I do that too. I'm like, man, You're going to make a lot of money on this deal. What are you going to do with all that money? Why don't you lend it to me?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. Okay, good. Okay, good. So he teaches bi-weekly on Fridays. He does the wholesaling. What I mean, he's a plethora of information. So just hop on and, spend some time with him, especially if you're interested in wholesaling. Now, I was going to ask you real fast, Mike, what do you think is going to happen to wholesaling over the next year with like the market?
If it continues to go up like it has been, it's been pretty good. I would say it's right when the market starts to go down, it's going to be very hard. And I've heard from people with the last crash in 2007, that first downturn is the hardest part. Once it's going down and the market starts to crash, it's going to be a little bit easier. But it's when it sort of starts to, my wife called it stagflation, where everything's a lot, and it starts to turn down. But I think that's going to be hard. But, just like MacGyver, you got to mix it up. You've got to then get those deals at way lower rates so that when the market continues to go down, it's still a deal. But the good thing about wholesaling is that you're getting these properties under contract. You're not actually closing on them. So you do have the ability to pull out of the contract if the market is tanking too quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. The good thing about Mike, just so everybody knows, is that he's really like what David Randolph said, is that he teaches you like step by step how to do it the right way. Because I feel like there are a lot of people out there that are like way too high level. And you get kind of into, I really like that you get into the nitty gritty.
Yeah. Somebody was asking me like, why am I not like big time, like big company? And, I got everything I need, I've got the wife, I got the kids, I make enough to do everything, I don't need to, be Jeff Bezos wholesaling. But yeah. Philip says, is the market really going to crash? I mean, it will go down, but it's not going to be doom and gloom. Yeah. A lot of the people who have the houses that they start to sell and then can't sell and they need to come down in price, those are going to be the doom and gloom people, though. But then, that's going to be good as a wholesaler because, once that doom and gloom sets in and they come to the realization that they need to lower the price on that house, you should be able to come in and, get those under contract and sell them quickly. But there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be in the doom and gloom and not come to the realization that they need to come down in price.
Yeah. I think it's really just going to be like a price decrease. It's just going to be a correction.
Yeah.
Really it needs to be a correction.
The guy in my mastermind, Chris, had a deal, I think in Decatur, he was selling for $800,000 and nobody was offering on it. And then he finally got an offer less than $800. And so he took it and took a loss. So, and that's the first time that's happened to him on a deal since like 2009. So I really take that to heart. Yeah, surrounding myself with people who were there for the first crash and could give me advice on surviving the next one. Really good.
Yeah. I mean, we're saying crash, but I mean, essentially, it's really going to be a correction, I think.
Oh, yeah. The terminology. So it's going to go down. I think it's going to be. I don't think it's a crash. I think it's going to be a correction.
It'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm really excited. I'm ready.
Yeah. Oh, I cannot wait, man. When that dust settles.
I cannot wait.
Just going.
I'm excited.
Yeah, all of my.
I'm sure all the teachers are excited. All the coaches here are excited.
Yeah, all of my millennial friends are excited too because they're like, we're going to get houses too.
Thank you for listening to this episode of REI USA. Let these golden pieces of advice clear your path towards thriving real estate success and start making those amazing financial opportunities work for you. If you liked this episode and want to get more of these valuable secrets, be sure to subscribe to the show at www.rei-usa.com. Leave a rating too and share with your friends. Until next time.